Just like many Americans, I'm a part of many different cultural backgrounds. The one culture that I am most proud of and most interested in to be affiliated with is my Scottish clan. My Scottish clan name is the Clan of Shaw, or the Children of Shaw, which was derived from Shaw MacGillycrest MacIan, the great-grandson of Angus MacIntosh and Eva, his wife. And this is a picture of our family crest. It means fidelity and fortitude. And the Mackintosh family is derived from the old Earls of Fife, which were a part of the ancient royal line of the Scottish kings. One of the first ancestors of the Mackintosh family is Ethelred, which was the first Earl of Fife. In 1236, the Bishopric of Moray granted the Mackintosh clan the territory of Rothiemurchus, which would result in a feud by the neighboring clan of the Cameroons. In 1370 or 1386, there was a great victory won by the Mackintosh clan at Inverhaven, but against the Cameroons. But with this victory, wouldn't result in peace and prosperity, but it would result in more raids and more battles. In order to create stability in the area, there would be a trial by victory in which Shaw, the cousin of the current chief of the Mackintosh clan, would lead for the Mackintosh against the Cameroons. There would be 30 men on each side, and by the end of the battle, there would be only 10 left on the Mackintosh side, including Shaw, and there would be 29 slain Cameroons. This would result in the Mackintosh clan chief to grant a lease to the Shaw clan for Rothiemurchus. And they would also grant him a tribal seat in an ancient fort in Timber Hill. After the first Shaw chief was dead, he would be succeeded by James or Seamus, his two sons. In 1411, the chief of Mackintosh had the Chayton clan, backed by MacDonald Lord of the Islands, claim to the earldom of Ross. The chief officer was James Shaw's son, and he would die later on at Harlow on July 24th by the Earl of Mar. With the fourth chief's death, there would be an invasion in Rothiemurchus by the clan of Cammins, which would lead to the burning of timber and the sacking of the fort of Duane. For the safety of the chief's son that was murdered, they would separate the two boys, and the eldest would go to his mother's in Central Highland, and the youngest would go up to his cousin's cousin castle in Moyer. After in hiding, the two boys reunited and joined forces with the Mackintosh clan and the clan of Chayton to avenge the invasion, which they would regain a temporary lease in Rothiemurchus. On September 4th, 1464, the Bishop of Moray gave the sole rights to the land for the clan of Shaws. After this, the clan would start to expand, and the eldest of the Assadir chief of the clan would expand out to the nearby territory of Dale. Assadir's third son, James, would expand to Daviert, and Assadir's youngest son, Farquet, immigrated to Larry Giroux, and he would later be named Chamberlain of Mar after the Earl of Mar was annexed to the crown in 1435. And he would later have a clan of his own named Clan Fenolay. In 1524, the chief of Mackintosh was murdered during a hunting expedition, And with this, he would grant his infant son William the rights to be chief of the clan of the Macintosh. With this, there would be many more. There would be disputes for power over the next couple of years, and the Earl of Moray would forcibly act as the custodial guardian of young William. And in order to make sure he did not gain the sole power of the clan, Hector, the cousin to William, would have the Shaw Macintosh clan uh, help lead in raids on Moray's land. After this, Moray in 1531 would try to capture Hector, but was unable to succeed on his mission. But he decided he was going to hang and try 18 Macintosh family. After the raids, they would be heavily fined for acts of treason against the crown, against the clan, and which would result in the selling of Rothenmerches to pay the fines. 8 years later, on July 14, 1567, Ian Grant purchased the deed of Rothenmerches from the Earl of Huntly. And 2 years later, the Macintosh tried to reclaim the territory through diplomacy by sending him a letter, but he would refuse, and then they would try to get it back by the sword, in which they were unable to do this. And with this, they would never regain control over the territory of Rothenmerches, and the fighting would continue over the many centuries about land and family feuds, and it will lead to our current chief of the clan, named John Shaw of Tordock, who lives with his wife, Lady Sevilla, in Moriac. In today's world, we don't fight, but we expand our knowledge and celebrate our heritage, such as our language, music, history, and our dance. We help communicate between the clans people, and we still hold on to some of our heritage by wearing the kilts and participating in games and festivals.